Okay, the questions we have here. We've got to find angles. If you're finding angles, it's always going to be trigonometry that's involved. So we look at the first one. In trigonometry, what is the first thing that we do? Joe?
Label the sides.
Label the sides. Can you label the sides on this one for me, please?
10 meters is height.
Correct.
8 meters is up.
Yep.
And the length with no adjacent.
That's right, okay. We label the sides, just like we did in the other question. Then we circle the words which have got numbers on them. That side and that side have numbers on them. So we've got the O and the H. We then compare that with the SOHCAHTOA. And we're looking for the O and the H. The O and the H are in this one. So we will be using sine. So the next thing we do in all the questions we've done is we write down the formula. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. And we draw our formula triangle. The S, the O and the H. And it's really important you get the order correct. Next, we draw the bigger working out triangle. S stands for sin or sine, it doesn't matter. Sine is how it's spelt with all four letters. Sin is its abbreviation. What also goes down here in every single question we do? The angle. Okay? The angle here is this squiggle thing. Okay, I'll just call it X for now. The O, the opposite is 8, so that goes up here. The H, the hypotenuse is 10, that goes down here. What do I do if I have one number on the top and one number on the bottom? Lucy? Divide, good. So I've got to do 8 divided by 10. If I do that on a calculator, I get 0.8. What do I always then have to do if I'm finding an angle? Ruby? Martha, either of you two, if I'm finding an angle, what do I always have to do? Yeah, that's right. So with that on the screen, I do shift. And this question was a sin question. I do shift, sin and equals. That will give me my answer. And that one was 53.1 degrees. I'll take any questions at the end of this section.
How many marks?
The marks for that one will be 3 marks. Right, the next one, part B. To move on to part B. I'm just going to go through this one slightly quicker. We'll label the sides. We have adjacent here, opposite and hypotenuse. The sides with things on them are the adjacent and opposite. So an O and an A comes from here. It's tan. It's tan is opposite over adjacent. And we do the formula triangle TOA. I always suggest you do, because it's less likely you will make a mistake when you come to this bit here. You don't lose marks, but it's more likely you will go wrong if you don't do that step. So down here, the T is standing for tan. The angle always goes down here. That's the letter. So put an X in. The O is 6. The adjacent is 2. One number on top of another number. So I need to do a divide. I need to do 6 divided by 2. That's 3. What do I do as my final step? Jordan, final step? Yeah, shift because I'm finding an angle, tan because that's what I've been using, and equals. And if you do that on the calculator, you get 71.6 degrees. Okay? Again, 3 marks for that one. Final one. This one here, we need to label the sides. Are you going to label the sides for me? Okay, well, I'll answer the question in a minute. I'll answer the question in a minute. Okay? Labeling the sides, first of all. Have hypotenuse here, opposite over here, and adjacent. Words are on that side, or rather numbers are on those two sides, adjacent and hypotenuse. That is going to be cos. Cos is adjacent over hypotenuse. Formula triangle C, A and H. The bigger one, cos, is what the C stands for. The angle goes down here. The adjacent is 5. Hypotenuse is 20. We need to do the divide. 5 divided by 20, that's 0.25. What do we do, Luke, to finish off this question? I've done the dividing bit. Shift cos. Good, yep. If you do shift cos and equals, that gives you final answer, 75.5 degrees, and there are 3 marks for that one. In this question, we've got a drawing given to us. I want everybody facing the front. And we've got to find the angle between the ladder and the ground. There's the ladder. There's the ground, so the angle they want is this angle here. So we need to label the sides of our triangle. We've got the opposite is over here. The hypotenuse is here. The adjacent is down here between the angle and the right angle. The sides with things written on them are the hypotenuse and the adjacent. Hypotenuse and adjacent are in the CAH part of the formula. So we are doing cos is adjacent over hypotenuse. The working out triangle, cos goes down here. The angle is x. The adjacent is 2. The hypotenuse is 4. We need to do 2 divided by 4. That's 0.5. Because we're finding an angle, we do shift. It's a cos question. We do shift and cos. The final answer for that one is 60 degrees.